So it'd be a total
240 hours.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, my brain is so bad at large math. I don't know what that is. 240 hours. 24 hours in a day. Okay, so that's like 10 days. I figured that out pretty quick. I was like expecting to, because I'm pretty high, and so I was like, there's no way I'll figure out what 240 hours means. But man, it was a convenient number. It really worked out. Hey.
Hello.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Happy. I can't say Sunday, huh? I shouldn't.
No, you can. I mean, that's what it's Sunday for us.
Okay.
If they watch it on Tuesday, that's like their own problem. And if you're watching this on Tuesday or something, it's important to you that this line up with your reality. Just wait a few days. Watch on Sunday.
No, because I didn't know
when this
you
already
would be
time-stamped it. I'm not going to cut that out. And that's the world they have to live in.
Oh, great. So fun.
That's what a script supervisor would do. That's what we were talking about. Why were we talking about that the other day? The script supervisor and continuity.
Oh, we were watching a YouTube video of Friends.
Friends bloopers. We've talked about that a lot. So we're like real big fans of Friends. Got my pivot shirt on, which was a gift. Thank you.
Welcome.
That show and so many others that people like to binge and like rewatch, they catch all this stuff that's like doesn't line up, or like Ross's birthdays. And we were watching like not just continuity, but like we were just watching mistakes.
Right.
And they were talking about different things that people didn't notice. You know, famously on that show, like Ben just kind of disappears and we never hear from him again.
Right.
He gets a new kid and then the old kid just like goes away and they never meet. But you got to think that's what happens.
That's so true. I never thought of it like that.
All of a sudden he has Emma, and like, I think it's funny because Jack is like, the grandfather is like, my first grandchild.
Right.
And he's like, what about Ben? It's like, yeah, friends. What about Ben? The fuck is Ben? Anyway, there's all these different things, but you have to keep in mind that like when they made that show, just like The Office and all these other ones that people like to watch over and over, they weren't obsessively, as a crew of people making a TV show, they weren't obsessively binging their own TV show when they got off of work and then coming back to work to make that show with the obsessive fan level attention to detail that we all have as we watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's just impossible for them to ever be that consistent, I don't think. You know, so when you rewatch those shows, you're like...
But we're also super fans of the show. So I feel like we know the show so well. Now when we watch back, we look for the little things of like...
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
And the people who make the show never know the show as well as the people who like it. Like that,
yeah,
I've heard...
a lot of the castmates don't even watch the show they're in for 10 years.
I watched Craig Robinson on a podcast once with, I think, Doug Benson, and someone asked him what his favorite moment was, and he did have one, but he was like, people come up to us all the time and they quote this show to us, and we don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Right, because they've shot like...
Yeah, they just shot it and then moved, and then they had a movie they had to go do, and they're like, they don't sit at home and binge their own TV show.
It would be kind of weird. I definitely don't understand not watching at all, but I also understand not being a super fan of the show you're in.
I have never, as someone who recently did the math, and what was it? I posted on Facebook. It was like 150 episodes of TV that I've worked on or something like that. Of all those episodes, and this will probably be true for the rest of my career, I have never watched the network locked version of the show outside of work. Like, I mean, on a platform, on a TV channel more than one time ever that I can think of. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go back.
I probably have seen the stuff that you've worked on, like the full
complete network locked version. Yeah. More than me.
More than you.
Yeah. Because there's plenty of episodes of some shows that I never watch because I'm just like, I got it. We did it. I turned in the assignment, you know, sometimes, and it depends on what my level of contribution was. Obviously, if I was like really involved in the creative process, I want to see what turned out. But like, there's a bunch of episodes of like reality TV shows where I carried the lights around, and I did not go watch the show when it aired. I didn't. And like, not even to like look for my name. It's like, that was a job. I was there to learn, and I learned about it, but I never saw or knew the show before I worked on it anyway. So it's not like I was a fan.
Yeah. I think for me, I haven't done it in a while, but like when I was doing background acting, it was just interesting for me to see how the episode turns out because I only see like a small glimpse of like the thing that's happening in the episode.
Right.
So for me, it's more interesting not to like, it's cool if you see me, but it's more so finding out like what the episode's about. Because a lot of times you're on set and you're like, I'm so confused. Like,
that is a totally different situation for sure. Especially if it's like, and that's one of the things about working in narrative. Because when you work in reality, you shoot a bunch of stuff and there's like 9 different versions of it that they could make it. You know what I mean? They could do all these different things. But when they're working on narrative, they do have a plan. They have a script. It's literally reality. The other term is unscripted. You're talking about scripted narrative TV where they sat down and made a script and then they went out and shot it. But you have this unique experience, kind of like maybe a day player PA would, where it's like they're only there for one day and they don't know what exactly. It's like you're handed one puzzle piece and then you're like, all right, later. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go home with this. And then later, that puzzle, the full puzzle that you had that piece of that one day airs on TV and you're like, what was the rest of that fucking thing? There was like red in it. It looked like a car. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you have no information as an extra.
Even I did background acting for a whole season of a TV show that's out. And I had no idea what was going on. Like, I just knew I was a college student. And I was going to a lot of parties.
That's such a cool part. So I've done the background acting thing, but you've done it way more. You actually got into the union through background acting, which I don't even know what percentage that even happens. That's pretty cool. I think for a lot of people, I went to a school where almost everybody in my graduating class wanted to join SAG. And the question was, how do you do that? Either SAG or equity.
Sure.
Excuse me. And with SAG, no one ever brought up like, just background act your way into that shit. If you get enough hours, you're in.
It's not about hours.
Sure, but it's about gigs on the certain shows that are union, right? How did you do that? Okay, well, explain that shit because I don't want to overspeak it. Explain how you managed to get into SAG-AFTRA exclusively through doing background acting.
Sure. I played a dead girl on NCIS and I auditioned technically. They called it an interview, but it was definitely an audition. And I got my first voucher for auditioning. And then I got the role. So then I got 3 more vouchers. So I ended up with 4 and you only need 3. But it took me like 2 years.
Can't you get in though through just like doing non-union gigs through X number of hours and eventually you like get in?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Really? I don't know why I thought that. So you have to get the right gig even in background to like get through it.
Yeah.
You have
Some
to be
people get
featured.
super lucky and just book like a movie that just has more of union vouchers.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes years.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
I have completely misunderstood how it worked. I didn't know that you got it through doing the NCIS gig. I knew about that. But I didn't know. I really did. I thought because there's a lot of, obviously, the other unions that are in TV, that's like how most of it works. You got to put the hours in.
Yeah.
You got to put the hours in on the right assignments. Once you do, you're in. You got to pay the dues, obviously. That's true for everybody.
Yeah. That's hours. Even to be a therapist, you need 3,000 hours.
I haven't done anything yet in my life that measures that. So far, I haven't had to be like 1585 out of the whatever, nothing.
I've started already.
Not even community service. What are your hours right now and how many of them do you have to do?
So for my internship that I'm on break for right now, I needed 240 hours and I'm doing that again in the new year. So it'd be a total
240 hours.
Yeah.
I can't even, like, my brain is so bad at large math. I don't know what that is. 240 hours. 24 hours in a day. Okay, so that's like 10 days. I figured that out pretty quick. I was like expecting to, because I'm pretty high, and so I was like, there's no way I'll figure out what 240 hours means. But man, it was a convenient number. It really worked out.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So it's like 10 full days without sleeping. Yeah, but that's not how you're earning it.
Yeah, that's obviously not.
Would it be amazing if nobody got any and they were like, just give me the last 10 days of the semester off. I'll do my final early, but I need to not go to sleep for 10 days and get my hours real quick.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah, that would be tough.
That wouldn't work.
Hours doing what again? Like literally doing what? What are you spending the hours doing?
I can't really say.
Well, you can't say specifically.
I can't say where, but yeah. Just like case management and helping participants out that need services or resources.
Got it.
That's all I can say.
I respect that. I have so much respect for the social work stuff that you're doing. I will say that even when people aren't bound by confidentiality, everything in social work sounds super vague to me. Most of the things that like people say that they're doing, it's like, well, we're helping families find the resources to, get the things that they need. And you're like, okay, well, that sounds great, but like, what the fuck does that mean? That can mean that's so broad.
Yeah,
that
and
statement.
I think it's so important because these are people's lives, and some people are willing to share more than others. But if you're in a position of helping someone, no matter what, in the social work world, at least, like you just have to respect that it's between you and the client.
Yeah.
Unless, someone's in a harmful situation or something. But other than that, it's a pretty intense profession of keeping a lot inside and not being able to like share it. And at the same time, like not having it affect you personally. That's why it's so important to have a therapist. You can't talk about details, but just letting it out somehow in like a confidential space.
Right.
Yeah, so obviously I don't have clients yet, but when I do, like I'm not gonna be able to share that with you,
Sure.
which is part of the job, but it
Right.
sucks because you're the person I talk to about a lot of things.
Yeah, it both sucks and it's kind of dope, right? Because like there's a limit to how much you can tell me about your day. You know what I mean?
So it's dope for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty
Thanks,
cool.
babe. That's so nice of you.
Like at the end of the day, when I say like, "Oh, how was your day?" Like there's legally a limit to how much you can disclose. There's no like a lot of people are like, "Man, my wife just like end of the day, blah. She just like goes on and on and on." I'm never gonna have to deal with that because you're gonna be like, "Well, I met with some people. We talked about some things, and here's how I feel about it." And that's what I care about anyway.
It's like in the office, you don't have to be a Roy, right? Because he complains.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, that's why Jim's there.
Exactly. It would be like if I was Roy and there was a law that kept Pam's mouth shut. Hey, people would be
I
like,
wouldn't say it's the law, but definitely the code of ethics.
okay. So social contract, whatever. We're splitting hairs, basically. Just we all agree to these are the,
Anyway.
Right.
Look at my really cool sweater.
Yeah, what does it say?
It says cotton-headed ninny muggins.
That's pretty good.
It's from one of my favorite Christmas movies, Elf.
Okay.
So fun. I watch it every year. We haven't watched it yet. So
yeah, we're going to.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. It's right up here on our God, your hair. My God. It's like a nightmare.
Thank you.
No, it's like a dream. I mean, what's the difference? Again, splitting hairs. Anyway. So we like your shirt or whatever. Sweater.
Mm-hmm.
It's dope. So we've watched your favorite Christmas movie.
Not this year.
Not this year, but we have watched it together. We watched it last year in this apartment.
Right, but we need to watch it this year.
Yeah, we do need to watch it this year. No, you're right. I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So, what's my favorite Christmas movie, would you say?
Die Hard.
Yeah. I think that's probably pretty close. If it's not, it's probably tied because I'll watch that movie outside of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's interesting that you're so motivated to rewatch your favorite movie. And yet how many times have you seen Die Hard? How many times? Like, I'll count. How many times have you watched it? You watched it how many times?
0.
Oh, it's 0 times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll give you like a 0.3.
Oh yeah,
maybe 0.2. We started it once. It's generous. This was probably more like a 0.15. And barely got going.
Babe, I told you I'm
everybody
gonna watch
was
it.
In the building was all that that's where we'd gotten to.
I told you I'm gonna watch it this year.
Right.
We still have time.
Sure. Oh, there's always time for Die Hard. Yeah, there'll always be time. 100%. There'll always be time for Die Hard. Here's the thing. There's no sequel to Elf.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but they made more than one Die Hard.
Right. I do know that.
Yeah.
From Friends.
Yeah. Do you know how many there are?
No.
If you had to guess.
5.
That's really close.
4.
I didn't know you were going to keep guessing. Okay. Now I don't know the rules of the game. How many times do you get to... Okay, I'm overcomplicating it. There's like 6, I think.
Oh.
I'm not 100% on that. Producer, number of diehards. He's on Grindr again. Motherfucker loves Grindr. It's just entertaining for him. He's not gay.
Yeah, no, it looks like there is 6.
Into their photographer. Is there 6?
There's 5, and then there's some thing called Die Hard Year 1.
Is that a new thing?
Then it's 5 and I'm right.
That is amazing.
It's called McLean. I think this is something that's coming out.
Oh, this is like a new series or something like that.
Reboot or
Okay,
something.
yeah.
So 5.
So there is 5. So you're right. Good job. That's amazing. And how many of the 5 have you seen? None of the 5? I don't even recommend all of the 5. I'm really a first 3 guy.
There's so many movies on a list of me watching with you.
Right, and we just watched Friends. There's like so many movies to catch you up on. And you want to rewatch Elf. So it's like between Friends and Elf. Today we rewatched all the holiday Bob's Burgers. I mean, that was awesome. That show's really good.
It's so good and so fun.
I'm just as at fault for this problem. I don't insist on the movies.
Genie. She's real sleepy. She's not doing her bouncing from one couch to another.
Genie?
Here she is. Yeah.
Genie's out. Where is she?
Genie.
Oh, she's over by the camera.
Yeah.
I can't see her. Do you have a second favorite Christmas movie? Like, is it a bunch of stuff that you're thinking of, or you're like, there are no other Christmas movies that you're like really into? Because there's so many classics I feel like that a lot of people watch that I don't know if you've seen them. I can think of like 6 or 7 classic Christmas movies that if I were to ask a random person, I'd expect them to be like, oh yeah, every year we watch this. Elf has become maybe the newest. Little dog. Elf has become maybe the newest classic Christmas movie that when you talk to people, they're like, oh, I grew up watching it every year. I can't think of one that's more recent. Kyle? Uncle Kyle, can you think of a more recent Christmas movie that is like super...
That I would consider like a classic? No.
Polar Express is older.
Ooh, I do love Polar Express.
Yeah, a lot of people like that. I'm not a fan of it.
Grinch.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey Grinch is actually was a pretty popular movie for a while.
I like that one.
But you've seen the animated one, right?
Yeah.
It's way fucking better. Like if you're just going to watch the Grinch and you've never seen it, or you're like, oh, let's watch the Grinch this year. Do you want to watch Jim Carrey or do you want to watch the animated one? Like what? And who's going to watch the Grinch 2 times? Like crazy. So to me, I never watched the Jim Carrey one ever.
Okay.
Because occasionally I want to watch Grinch, but I want to watch and I want to hear the OG version of that song. Like You're a Mean One. Oh my God. That dude, whoever that is, whoever the guy that sings You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, that guy's voice is amazing.
Mm.
That movie is so good.
My favorite songs in the credits, Where Are You Christmas?
Oh, word up. I don't even know
by Faith Hill. So good.
Is that in the Jim Carrey version?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yes, I don't know that I would know any of that. Faith Hill, who's married to Tim McGraw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know some things.
You know some stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Genie, come here.
Have you seen the Santa Claus with Tim Allen?
Yeah, I think I've only seen it once.
They made sequels to that, and I never saw any of them. They made one with like Martin Short, where he's like the bad guy. Yeah, I never saw it, which is I like Martin Short, but the trailer didn't. I
It's
didn't.
terrible.
Okay, yeah,
Terrible.
like it's thumbs down from Uncle Kyle.
What is
so-
the tie movie for you? You said Die Hard and
Probably the Santa Claus.
oh, okay.
I love that movie because there was a big chunk of my childhood where I grew up with just my dad, and that's a movie where he's like a single dad, except that's one of the stories where like he lives with his mom and he's visiting his dad and he's kind of like eye roll about being at his dad's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't like that. I lived with my dad and I love going to my mom's. But just the idea of like being alone with dad on Christmas was a thing that I did experience. I would always see my mom eventually, but like, you know what I mean? And I just like that movie. It's super funny. It's a great idea. And I love there's a couple of people in that movie that even as I got older, I would constantly find them in other things and be like, I love that person. David Krumholtz, who plays the like head elf guy, amazing. He's like a billion things that I love. And then the stepdad is Judge Reinhold, who's in Beverly Hills Cop, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and a bunch of other things. He's hilarious. So yeah, Santa Claus is pretty good, but I like a lot of the classics. I love Christmas Story is great. Wonderful Life, It's a Wonderful Life is great. You seen either of those? Oh man, those are a big deal.
Of course, Home Alone.
Home Alone. Yes, I fucking love Home Alone. First Home Alone, love it. Second one, pretty good. I don't like it more. A lot of people like it more. I don't.
They like it more?
There's plenty of people who like, yeah. Like, well, they kind of one could argue they like kind of like just like maxed it out and took it to the next level if you like that kind of thing. But man, that first one where he's in the house,
so good,
amazing. That was a great fucking movie. That one, man, yeah, that one might be hovering around near Santa Claus for me. I like those, but no one else in my family was ever as into the Santa Claus as me. My dad kind of liked it, but so I didn't like watch it every year. You know what I mean? My dad wants to watch A Christmas Story every year, the one with the Red Ryder BB gun and the kid with you shoot your eye out. Hi, Genie. What's up? Come here. If you're gonna be on the show, you're gonna be on the show. Does Genie have a favorite Christmas movie, you think? What do you think it would be?
Something Puppies Christmas.
Something Puppies Christmas. That's a Disney movie. I like that one. Thanks for stopping by, honey. Yeah, I wish Christmas were longer, honestly. We just watched the Bob's Burgers where Linda buys the Christmas tree on November 1st.
Yeah.
And they end up buying like 3 Christmas trees because they all die before Christmas Day.
Right.
That's so us. We are absolutely early Christmas people, and we're really bummed. When did we finally take the Christmas tree down last year?
Oh my
It was
goodness.
like July or something.
No, it was not July. Fuck you, Kyle. It was like
after
February,
I got
though,
back
right?
from Austin.
Yeah.
So end of January, beginning of February.
Right.
And we started decorating beginning of November.
So it was only up for like 4 months. That's pretty good. How did you feel about that, Uncle Kyle, living in a constant Christmas environment?
I love it. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Fuck yeah. See, he's into it, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Jeannie likes it.
We're
she
grown-ups.
likes all the sweaters.
We can do whatever we want.
That's
so.
right. I love that rationalization, babe. Cheers to that. Clink. Okay, so let's talk segments. We had a conversation with our producer, Uncle Kyle. He decided to start taking notes while we were talking about stuff so that we wouldn't lose track of things because he's like a real producer now.
Right. Thank you, Uncle Kyle.
So we should give a little background. So Kyle worked as a producer on 2 other shows that I did, on Robbing the People and on This Is Heavy Doc. But he's a producer in real life and also makes TV shows. And he is increasingly working in a more integral roles on the shows. So he's learning lots about how to make stuff. And so we're very thankful to have a competent person who knows how things work helping us make a thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing. So because he's competent and I'm not as much, and good with words am I, though, to be fair, honestly. So we were talking and he was like, I'm gonna start writing stuff down so that we don't lose track of it. So we named off some segments in the last like mini episode that we did, but let's go over. What do you got, Uncle Kyle, from before?
Oh, we got so much. We got so many things we can do. There's our favorite, Why Do You Hate Me?
Right. Yeah. So why do you, let's say,
Why do you hate me?
No, let's just save it. Love you so much. We're going to save it. I have a lot to say on this. The whole "why do you hate me" thing. It's like if you get if you get me started on it, it's like gonna be a long episode. Next thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was one of Candy's ideas. Was a lightning round. Would you rather? Which I think would be kind of fun, considering your guys' limitations and things.
Yeah, that's true. I like that. Lightning round. Would you rather? We did that on the other show.
This is Heavy Doc.
You know what you should do is we should start with you returning the favor. Because I like buzzed you on that show, but I didn't have to answer anything.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if I'd be good at that or not.
It's intense. I said, oh my goodness.
I did it over here.
No.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. A lot of people do it right into the mic. The old microphone. I didn't do that.
No.
I was classy about it.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, Genie?
What were we talking about? I'm so thrown off.
That's a great segue into the next segment.
Segue?
Which I am excited about. Yeah, the segment segue.
Segment segue?
I'm excited to do the hot cakes because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. We have to. So there's a Denny's right down the street.
Right.
It's so easy to get you pancakes on demand. And I recently joined Grubhub Plus. Grubhub Plus. For when, you're trying to save on those delivery fees and you need delivery. I didn't write copy or prepare to do this, but I do think that it would be a great thing if Grubhub sponsored one of our videos. You don't have to do it, but you want to do it because you already got some of my money. Give me some of my money back, and I'll keep saying you guys are dope. How about that? That's a deal. Send me an email. Anyway.
That would have been a great time for Candy to have eggs. Or, and eggs. Pancakes and eggs.
Yeah, nobody asked you, Kyle. So
Uncle
Kyle makes a valid point. We got to get you some pancakes in here, and I'm gonna do a hot take on something. Can you think of anything that you've heard me rant about recently that is super boring to you? That you're like, I don't. God, he's very passionate about this, but who cares?
A lot of the time, the video game stuff.
Great. That's awesome. I got a whole thing. No, I got a whole thing. I got a whole thing we can do next week.
Amazing.
Okay, so next week.
So looking forward to eating chocolate chip pancakes.
Chocolate chip pancakes. You heard it, Kyle. Take note. We're doing chocolate chip pancakes next week for Rob's hot cakes. And I'm going to talk about this new Grand Theft Auto update because it's crazy. It's going to change things.
Amazing. Can't wait.
It's going to be big. Dr. Drake. Okay. What else, Uncle Kyle?
We've got the one where I'm noticing you already kind of do it anyway. So maybe it's not a segment. Who knows? But just compare your cultural differences or cultural.
Our cultural differences.
Not culture differences.
That should be a segment.
There we go.
There we go.
That's a good one. So,
Cultural differences.
so we're talking about how I'm white or what? Not that.
I don't know if we want to go there.
Okay, it sounds like where you guys want to go. So I was like, let's go there. No, what?
You're
so
white?
You're what?
What?
The whole time. So, what? No, we were talking about how we both know a lot about pop culture, but we know about really different stuff.
Very different stuff.
Very different stuff. And you don't get any of my references, and I don't know who any of your young Thundercats are.
Thundercats.
Yeah, exactly. See what I'm saying? Nobody see what I'm saying?
Are you 50?
Yeah, I'm 150. I'm 150.
Hundo.
Yeah, I'm hundo fifto. And I don't know who any of these people. It was Ariana Grande on the show the other day that I was like, who is that?
Oh my goodness, yes.
So I do know that Ariana Grande is like one of your favorite singers that's like living right now. And and I don't know what she sounds like immediately, but I obviously don't know what she looks like. But I know her name. And then when you say that, like, there's music on and you go, who is this? I usually guess her because I'm like, I feel like there's a pretty good chance it's probably her. And I get it right a lot of times, but it's not because I recognize her voice at all.
Interesting.
Yeah. Or I don't know what she looks like. And so the other day we're watching The Voice. Mm-hmm. I didn't know she was on this season. I don't know who's on any of those seasons because I don't watch that show.
You did know she was on this season.
Because you told me.
Because that's why I started watching it.
Right.
And you said, oh, that's your chick. And that's how you figured it out, that it was her.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think you remember it, right?
That sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know what she looks like now. You know what I mean? Like there's something indistinct about, I have like facial blindness about a lot of these people. I see them once or twice. If like Shawn Mendes walked down the street, I'm not sure that I would know it was him. Like I think I know what he looks like. But if like him and one of the Jonas Brothers, like the right one, I don't know which one, but if one of the Jonas Brothers and him were walking together and you were like, which one's Shawn Mendes and which one's
Joe Jonas?
Sure. I knew Nick and I was trying to pick any of the other two and I didn't know either of their names. So
Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin.
Sure. And see, you could be making that up.
I'm not. But yeah, I totally could.
But you could just be.
What if I said like Calvin?
I'd be like, okay. That's how much I know about it. I know Nick. I do know Nick because I remember I was teaching and then this one kid did a lip sync and it was a Nick Jonas song.
Right.
It wasn't a Jonas Brothers song. No, it was Chains.
Oh, Chains.
It was pretty good.
It's a pretty good song.
Yeah, it was all right. I don't dislike their stuff. I'm just not enthusiastic about it. And so I don't dig in and it doesn't get stamped in my memory. And instead I make room for other things.
Other things.
Yeah.
Look at you being all vague.
Well, I don't want to get ahead of my Grand Theft Auto conversation that I'm going to have during Hotcakes on Sunday.
Okay.
So we'll see. But yeah, so is it just singers? Do you know other celebrities that I don't know or other cultural things? Is it pop singers only? There's got to be something else.
I feel like that's the one that I talk about and you're like, I don't.
You know K-pop people?
Blackpink in your area.
Oh, those are also pop singers. So I guess it's not even an exception to that. They're just They're just
well,
an
they're
even more
still
specific.
K-pop.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's not.
They're more Americanized.
Sure. Yeah.
But outside of them, I don't really know.
You don't know anything about like 17th century literature or something. I don't, is there like an area?
I mean, I studied classical voice. Like I had,
Right.
man, what was that class called? Music history.
How's your music history? You seem confident.
It's been like 7 years.
So weak?
So weak.
So is weak or like no?
Shit is real weak.
Shit is real weak.
Yeah. I mean, my brain is very much consumed with the new stuff I'm learning.
Right.
Which is very new.
Yeah. That's a good point. Out with the old. Do you think it really works that way? I've heard a lot of people argue that that's how our brains like file stuff away. It's like once you learn new shit, old shit has to like.
I don't know because
I
I remember songs I learned when I was 6 years old, and there's no reason for me to still remember the words to these songs.
Yeah, but do you think that now that you're learning new things, there's other songs that you're forgetting?
Maybe.
Sure, you remember some, but there's others that you're just like, I don't know that one anymore. And if it came on the karaoke, you'd be like, I don't know.
Maybe.
It's like there's only so much in there. You have to delete some.
That's a good
some photos.
That's a good. This is heavy dog question.
Yeah, but that's also just like the ramblings of people who don't know stuff. Was that for me, Kyle?
I was trying to do it off camera. That's your like 1 minute time.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
We didn't establish a visual language.
I just thought I'd go with the most simple. I'd give you a 1, and I'd work your way backwards to it.
It makes a tremendous amount of sense now, in retrospect. But out of the corner of my eye, it was like, does he want to tell me something? Or
I guess it does kind of look like I'm raising my hand a little.
A little bit, yeah.
I think for our.
I get you.
Oh my goodness.
Sup, Genie?
So we wasted about half of that last minute.
Great.
Talking about
Sure, about how there's 1 minute.
Yeah.
You had 1 minute when I started talking, and now you don't.
Look at Genie's front bang right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn cute. She needs a haircut for sure.
Yeah, she looks like a homeless dog.
Oh my goodness.
She looks like she's in need of care. She's
wow,
not.
Thank you.
She's not. Babe, do you know what Quora is?
No.
Quora.
Oh, I've gotten emails.
Yeah.
Quora Digest.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder how you ended up on that? Because you totally didn't sign up for that. And then at some point you ended up on that. I don't know how either, but it's so fucking interesting every time I get the email that I haven't unsubscribed. And I just keep getting the emails. It's like, so what it is, if anybody doesn't know, though you're probably somehow all on the mailing list. It's like a Yahoo Answers. It's like a Google Answers, I think is what it's called. Google Questions, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like literally people it's almost like a Reddit. It's like people are asking questions and everybody, hopefully an expert is chiming in going, actually, that's what it should be called. It should be called actually.com. It's just a bunch of people being like, actually, it's like,
Babe,
so
can I fix your hair real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. What's the easiest way to do that? You want me to do this?
Yeah. You just have like a little.
I got a little guy
sticking out.
Get the guy. You got a loose guy.
Can we get hair, please?
Can we get a loose
Can we
guy?
get hair in here, people?
There you go.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So Quora Digest is usually pretty good. I get it on a pretty regular basis. It might even be every day. And it's just like people asking the weirdest questions. And I thought like this is such a great jumping off point for conversation. And I recently got one that I was like, oh, I got one on Friday. That was the last one I got. And I was like, I'll save this for the podcast. And when it rolled into my inbox, I was like, oh, great. Another Core Digest. That's fantastic. The first one is not fun to talk about.
Oh.
What were Robert F. Kennedy's last words? And they tell you exactly what he said right before he died. So do you want to talk about that?
No.
All right, moving on. What's a high-paying cashback card on the market right now? This is the kind of stuff that's on here. It's both of those things. People want to know stuff. They're like, if I'm getting a, you know, a credit card and it's offering cash back, what will be the high-paying cashback value? That is the kind of stuff that's on here. Why do narcissists never block anyone?
Ooh. That's interesting.
It's impossible for them to block someone for a long time. Narcissists are weak and are easily controlled if you're supplying their needs. It goes on, but I think we get it.
Yeah.
What does Jeff Bezos do for fun?
No.
Yeah, right? Who gives a fuck? Gold jacket, green jacket? Give a shit. I don't know why. It's why the ones that are in the headline are always the most depressing. What are the saddest or most haunting words spoken by a plane's crew about to crash?
Oh my goodness.
Saddest or most haunting? Who wants to know that? Was this a Halloween question? This was on Thursday. Oh, well, now I want to know.
You want to know?
Yeah, I want to know the saddest. If someone thinks
know.
that a certain phrase was categorically the saddest thing anyone ever said right before a plane crashed, yeah, I want to know. Oh, wow, it's a transcript.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty good.
That should be a hot cake.
Oh, shit. Babe, this is crazy. What are the saddest or most haunting words spoken by a plane's crew about to crash? Pacific Southwest Flight 1771, December 7th, 1987. That was just like a few days ago was the anniversary of this. Bang, bang. A panicked flight attendant burst into the cockpit. We have a problem, Captain. What's the problem? Bang. David Burke. I'm the problem. Bang, bang. The flight attendant, pilot, and co-pilot dead. The wind. Can you hear it? Crescendo of ambiance. The aircraft is pointed down, descending faster, faster, faster. It's literally like just the sound of a guy walking into the cockpit and killing everybody, and then the plane crashes. That's fucking crazy. They found the gun, a bit of his hand still clenching it in the wreckage. Quora. I seriously, this is like, and they give it to you in the morning. So it's always like you roll out of bed. I'm going to go to the bathroom, pop open the phone, Instagram, Facebook. Oh, email. Oh, Quora. What is the most haunting thing that anyone's ever said right before everyone died on a plane? Huh? Are you taking my phone away?
Maybe.
I might have to get it back.
I think I already did.
Yeah. Wow. You give them the rock and they take everything else.
Whoa.
You know?
Whoa.
That's apparently how this works. I mean, I'm new. Kyle, do we have other segments?
We have one that we've already done today, which was my least favorite one. Nobody asked you, Kyle.
Yeah, we did tackle that.
Yeah, so we're good on.
We're in good shape.
We're good. Rob impressions. We just do a whole bunch of impressions that Rob can do.
Well, right now I'm doing my impression of a smug jackass who works at a coffee shop who's like, And this is like my Silver Lake hipster look with the beanie and the like. We're actually out of that. We're actually out of that. What was it? What can I get you? What was it? We're actually out of that. So we're gonna be out of that. Is there anything else do you need anything else? So that's a character I'm workshopping.
Amazing.
Yeah. Do you like it? He's like a dick. That's the vibe. Husband. Yeah? You ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Yeah. All right. Immediately excited.
My goodness. I'm
I
scared.
don't want to have to coerce you.
Why do you hate me?
I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I love you very much. It drives me crazy when you constantly ask me why I hate you, but I don't. What am I supposed to say to that? We're supposed to be so in love together, like best friends. And then it's like every few hours, a little thing goes off like a timer in your head. It's like, I haven't asked him this question in a while. You have to ask me why I hate you. I don't hate you. So we're good, or?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Like.
What was that? Is that a fly?
Like, I'm good. You're good.
You're good.
We're good.
All right, we're good. Kyle, do we have any other segments?
That was like a cut.
No, I say that.
Yeah. That's not a cast responsibility.
Well, there's a zoo outside, so it's pretty good.
Baby zoo.
Baby zoo.
Children. Well, I don't know, honey. You got an outro in you?
What does that mean? What's an outro?
Like the opposite of an intro?
Oh, that's really a word?
Yep. Outroduction is not a word. But outro, yeah, that's a thing. I don't know who kind of
ALTRO?
OUTRO.
Oh.
Intro. Outro. In and out.
I've never heard the word
So you do an intro.
outro before.
And then you do an outro.
It's like the signing off.
Yeah.
I thought of it as like alto. So then the spelling of it, ALTRO.
Right. It's not like that.
Classical
Yeah.
voice brain.
That's what you got.
Babe, this has been so fun.
Did you have fun today?
Yeah.
For real?
I always
Okay.
have a great time. I think we should get matching Christmas PJs
I'm into it.
for maybe not the next one, but the next episode.
Well, the next one will be the one that airs right before Christmas.
Oh, okay. Then the next.
Yeah.
I'll
So
look into that.
For hot cakes and all that kind of stuff, we're going to get pajamas that match. That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, it's a Christmas
VoIP.
vibe.
Do we have any progress on a name? That's been like a tough thing.
Right.
Have you been drawn to anything? Because we're running out of time. We only have until the holidays are over to be the holiday podcast.
We still have a little bit of time, but I really love drama magnets.
Okay.
Still really liking that. Having the word mate sounds really fun.
Because everyone in this house is high maintenance.
Right.
Through the roof.
So maybe something like that.
Yeah, something in that neighborhood.
Yeah. We'll keep brainstorming, but
We've had some people suggest some things. I think there's a combination of them being a little cumbersome and also some suggestions that I'm sure are already podcasts, because it doesn't sound like the most, I don't want to say it's unoriginal, but that's what it is. But no, just like, titles that you're like, that's probably already a thing.
Sure.
And we want to be a thing that's not a thing. So yeah, Uncle Kyle, titles. Do you have any ideas? You had House of Mate, right?
Yeah. Let me see. It was a house or apartment of mate.
Apartment of Mate.
That's too much.
That's
House
House of Mate is good, but I'm hesitant to use house because I've been watching a lot of Your Mom's House, and I don't want people to think he's just like, oh, well, he's going to do his own version with his wife with another house thing, and it's like, it's too close. I love the mate though. Marrying the mate. Married to the mate, maybe that's it.
Oh, interesting.
And it's like who's or both, it could be that.
That's an idea.
Genie has fallen asleep. She's done. She's
done.
fully done. Yeah, do you have any parting words before our final episode before Christmas? That sounds like exactly what I thought you were going to say.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just kidding. I had a great time.
We are very much looking forward to it. We're going to talk about this next time. So consider this like the next time on. We're going to do the hotcakes, right? We're going to do the matching PJs. So that's going to be a whole vibe. I think we should do the Would You Rather that we talked about, where you ask me.
Sure.
And then I want to talk about the Christmas that we're about to do at your family's house with like a lot of people, and you're bringing your white fiance over to Korean Christmas. So I want to talk about Korean Christmas, because that's and then we'll discuss it after I've experienced it.
Right.
But I have no idea.
It's gonna be great.
No, I know it's gonna be great. I'm very excited. Your family's very nice. But I've just always ever done White Christmas. Like people, not snow. A very few times snow.
Oh my goodness.
Always White Christmas people wise. So like,
wait till New Year's. That's the real story.
Yeah, I know, you told me. That's crazy. I'm excited for that.
We'll talk about that.
So many fun things coming up that we'll get to share our, different experiences on. Last year you were with us.
Mm-hmm.
You came to Texas and did White Christmas. And now I'm going to do Korean Christmas here in LA and have that experience, and then do Korean New Year's.
Yes.
Which is its own thing that I didn't even know was a thing. You have like specific traditions for that.
Right.
That's going to be dope. And then we're going to take our engagement photos, right? In the, what are they called?
Hamburg. Yeah.
I'm working on it. Which is the traditional
gown.
Korean gowns. I think it's going to be pretty dope. I look forward to being canceled for being a white guy wearing a Korean gown, even though I'm marrying literally into a 100% Korean family. But I love it. I really love it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. That's just going to happen because there's people who suck.
All right, babe. It's been great.
What do we call the segment where I make her uncomfortable and she wants to quit? Is there a name for that? Is that why do you hate me?
I think it goes both ways.
Yeah. That sounds right. This has been great. I had a wonderful time. I love you so much, and we'll see him next week.
Yes.
Okay, can we? I can't.
Wait, one more time. One more time.
All right, you got it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hey.